Welcome back everybody. In today's video I'm going to be testing and reviewing all of these different sunscreens for you. I have 12 sunscreens right here. Most of these are mineral, a couple of them are combination sunscreens. I have 7 tinted and 5 untinted ones. I will put them all on my face, show you what they look like, tell you how they hold up, would I purchase them again. So this should be a fun video. But what makes today's video even more fun is that it is in collaboration with my beautiful and amazing friend Tamara from Tamara's Timeless Beauty. Of course, most of you already know Tamara. Her and I have done quite a few collaborations together. Tamara is one of my favorite YouTubers to collaborate with, and she has become a close friend of mine. If you do not know Tamara, however, please make sure to head over to her channel. I know you will adore her just as much as I do. Tamara has a very well-rounded channel where she talks about wellness, makeup, skincare, and what Tamara likes to call aging gratefully. As I said, not only is Tamara one of my favorite YouTubers to collaborate with, but her and I also have become close friends. And we have talked quite a bit over these last couple of weeks, trying to coordinate which sunscreens to purchase. We wanted to give you a wide variety. So I have purchased 13 different sunscreens. I have 12 of them right here. Unfortunately, one of them has not shown up yet, but I have 12, and I believe Tamara has about as many. So between the two of us, hopefully there will be a sunscreen that works for you. I think at this point, most of us agree that wearing sunscreen on a daily basis is a must. Of course, the sun offers many healing benefits, but unfortunately, UV radiation also comes with the risk of DNA damage, which can lead to skin cancer, and UV radiation causes premature aging. In fact, up to 90% of visible changes we associate with aging come from UV radiation. So to protect our skin from skin cancer and to prevent premature aging, sunscreen is a must. Personally, I prefer a physical or mineral sunscreen. In fact, that's all I wear, because chemical sunscreens really irritate my skin. So I wear a physical or mineral sunscreen, sometimes a combination sunscreen, but most of the time 100% mineral. And what I look for in a sunscreen is a high amount of zinc oxide. Not only is zinc oxide one of the only 2 broad spectrum protection filters, that is a mouthful, available we have in the United States, the other one being avobenzone, which is a chemical filter, and broad spectrum protection filters protect us from UVB rays, which cause sunburn, as well as UVA rays, which cause skin aging. Both of these rays can cause DNA damage, but UVB causes sunburn, UVA causes aging. So zinc oxide and avobenzone are the only 2 filters we have in the United States which protect us from UVB as well as UVA rays. So personally, I like a sunscreen with a high amount of zinc oxide. Not only is zinc oxide a broad spectrum protection filter, but it also is very healing, which is why it is the main ingredient in diaper rash cream. Now, there is a bit of a debate whether having a higher percentage of a sun filter actually offers greater protection. Of course, the overall composition of the sunscreen also matters. But again, personally, I like having a high percentage of zinc oxide. Now, zinc oxide is actually a difficult molecule to work with. Many years ago, I made my own lotions and I tried to add zinc oxide for sun protection. It is a finicky molecule. It's a big molecule, it's heavy, it sinks to the bottom, it doesn't really want to mix with other ingredients, and of course, it's white. So getting formulations to be cosmetically elegant is quite challenging when they contain mostly zinc oxide. But I am amazed. Most of these sunscreens I have right here are absolutely beautiful, even when applied at the right amount. Because I think most of us, myself included, do not apply enough sunscreen. Now, what is enough sunscreen to actually get the sun protection factor, it says on your bottle right here, is 2 milligrams per square centimeter of exposed skin. Good luck figuring out how much that is. I have heard anything from a 1/4 teaspoon for the face and neck, to a 1/2 teaspoon for the face and neck, to a dime size amount, a lima size bean amount. To my knowledge, it is a 1/4 teaspoon for the face alone, another 1/4 teaspoon for the neck. So a 1/2 teaspoon combined. So I actually measured all of these in a 1/4 teaspoon and applied the full 1/4 teaspoon on my face. So you will see what all of these look like with the hopefully right amount of sunscreen. Now, one more thing before I show you all these sunscreens. When we talk about the sun protection factor, in the United States, unfortunately, the SPF, which is stated on your bottle, only pertains to UVB protection. So when it says on your bottle SPF of 40, that means you can stay in the sun 40 times as long as you could without sunscreen before you burn. Unfortunately, it doesn't say anything about UVA protection. And again, remember, UVA causes premature aging. So to make sure we actually get UVA protection, it needs to say broad spectrum protection, or look for either zinc oxide or avobenzone if you use a chemical sunscreen. So with all of that said, let's look what these sunscreens actually look like. As I said earlier, I have 5 non-tinted and 7 tinted SPFs right here. I'm going to start with the non-tinted, but if you're only interested in tinted sunscreens, you can just jump ahead. I will leave a timestamp down below in the description box. The first non-tinted SPF we have is this one right here by Biossance. This is the Squalene and Zinc Sheer Moisturizing SPF of 30. This right here is only a sample size, but the regular size is 1.7 ounces and sells for $30. This uses 14% non-nano zinc oxide. As I said earlier, zinc oxide is a big molecule and not the most cosmetically elegant. So now we also have nano zinc oxide as well as nano titanium dioxide. However, there is a bit of a debate whether these nanoparticles, since they are quite small, are actually safe. The concern is that because of their very small size, these nanoparticles could be absorbed into our bloodstream. However, studies we have available at this point show that up to 25% of nanoparticles used as UV filter in sunscreens can be considered to not pose a risk. Studies also show that particles 30 nanometers or bigger do not enter the human body and do not get absorbed into the bloodstream. So though these available studies show that a concentration of up to 25% of these nanoparticles and at a size of 30 nanometers or bigger, they do not pose any risk to us, some companies decide to use non-nanoparticles. However, in the United States, where sunscreen is regulated by the Food and Drug Administration, the FDA does not define nano or non-nanoparticles. So unless a company wants to tell us exactly what particles they are using in their formulation, we actually do not know. But like I said, this uses 14% non-nano zinc. It also contains squalene as well as water lily. It feels lovely going on, more like a lotion than a sunscreen. It does take a little while to rub in, especially at a quarter teaspoon, but I think any lotion using a quarter teaspoon would take a while to rub in. However, once completely absorbed, it leaves you with a very lovely hydrated look and glow and zero white cast. It does not settle around the hairline nor the eyebrows. It also does not settle in my under eye lines. There is no noticeable smell and it doesn't irritate my eyes. I think this one would be absolutely beautiful if you have dry or combination skin. If you have oily skin or live in a very humid climate, this might be just a tiny bit too heavy. So this is a sunscreen I fell in love with. It is beautiful and I will definitely purchase the bigger size. Next we have the Josie Maran Argan Daily Moisturizer SPF 47. This is also a sample size, but the regular size is 2 ounces and sells for $34. This contains 6.4% zinc oxide and 5.1% titanium dioxide. It also has what they call Sun Boost ATB, which is a blend of antioxidants, skin soothers and hydrators. And of course, having antioxidants in an SPF can be a plus, since they can help protect us from oxidative stress. And depending on the antioxidant, it can also make the formulation more effective. And of course, this also contains argan oil. It feels quite hydrating, but a tiny bit oily. And again, at a quarter teaspoon, takes quite a while to rub in. Once absorbed, it leaves the tiniest suggestion of a white cast, but it also settles around the hairline, the eyebrows, as well as in my under eye lines. It does not have a noticeable smell and doesn't irritate my eyes. Aside from the slight white cast, it leaves your skin with a lovely hydrated look and glow. So though this one actually felt quite nice on my skin and I do like the ingredients, it does leave too much of a white cast for me to actually repurchase this. I have tried their tinted version. They have a tinted version, but that tint is a bit too orangey for me. So this is just okay in my opinion and I will not repurchase it. Next we have the MD Solar Science Mineral Cream SPF of 50. 1.7 ounces of this retails for $30. However, they have a body version of this, which I believe is about 4 times as big and much more economical. And to my knowledge, they are identical. This uses 17% zinc oxide and 2.1% titanium dioxide. It also contains green tea, vitamin C in the form of tetrahexyldecyl ascorbate. It has pomegranate extract and quite a few different dimethicones or silicones. And you can definitely feel these silicones when you apply this. It has an almost slippery feel to it. And because of the slippery feel, it almost feels as if it is not sinking in. However, it actually sinks in beautifully. Once completely absorbed, my skin feels very soft and hydrated, and there is zero white cast. It does not settle around my hairline, nor my eyebrows. It also does not settle in my under eye lines. There is a bit of a what I would call chemical smell, but it does not irritate my eyes. And I forgot to mention that this one is up to 80 minutes water resistant. I actually worked out with this one and I sweated quite a bit and it stayed on beautifully. It did not run in my eyes and again did not irritate my eyes. So this one is my new favorite sunscreen for working out and being active. I really love this sunscreen and I'm definitely going to repurchase it and probably purchase the big size. Even my husband loves this. My husband is so used to me looking like a ghost when I work out. So the other day I wore this and he said, please repurchase this. So this is definitely one, like I said, I will repurchase. It is beautiful and it does a beautiful job staying on even when sweating profusely. Next, I have a combination sunscreen. This is by Altamd. It is the UV Clear Broad Spectrum Protection SPF of 40. 1.7 ounces sells for $34. This has 9% zinc oxide and 7.5% octinoxate. It also has niacinamide, very high up on the ingredient list, along with sodium hyaluronate and vitamin E. This feels incredibly light. It sinks in very fast and once absorbed leaves your skin with a hydrated glow and zero white cast. It does not settle around the hairline nor the eyebrows. It also doesn't settle in my under eye lines. There is, however, a bit of a chemical smell, but it does not irritate my eyes. So this one actually really surprised me. I actually bought this one by accident, but I do really like it. However, because of the octinoxate, I probably will not repurchase it. But if you don't mind having a combination sunscreen, then this is a beautiful, beautiful sunscreen. And then lastly, as far as untinted, we have the Roche Posay Anthelios Mineral SPF of 30. 1.7 ounces sells for $34. This has 10% zinc oxide and 5.5% titanium dioxide. It also has hyaluronic acid as well as panthenol or vitamin B5. Now this is an SPF I really wanted to try. First of all, because Dr. Liam here on YouTube swears by the sunscreen. Secondly, of course, I also wanted to at least include one European sunscreen. However, it feels really thick and a bit oily. It takes forever to rub in. Once absorbed, it leaves you with a very obvious white cast. However, once absorbed, it does not feel oily or sticky or greasy anymore. In fact, my skin felt quite soft. It does, however, settle around the hairline, around my eyebrows, and in my under eye lines. It has a faint but pleasant smell and does not irritate my eyes. So this one, like I said, I was really curious about, but I do not like this one at all. It is so thick when first applied. I am amazed how well it actually sinks in, but it leaves such a noticeable white cast that this one is not for me. I don't even think it would look good under makeup, but by itself, definitely not. So this one I will not repurchase. Alright, let's move on to Tinted. I have a bit of a splurge right here. This is by Epicuren, and it is the Defense and Balance Tinted Mineral SPF 50. 1 ounce retails for $84, so quite a splurge, but this is beautiful. It has 15.5% zinc oxide and 4% titanium dioxide. It is also chock full of antioxidants. It has tetrahexyl decyl ascorbate, green tea, cucumber extract, vitamin E, aloe vera, chamomile, sodium hyaluronate. It also has argan oil, coconut oil, and a bunch of other beautiful ingredients. This does not feel like an SPF going on, but like a really, really nice moisturizer. The consistency is very light and it sinks in beautifully. It does not settle around the hairline, nor around the eyebrows. It also does not settle in my under eye lines. There is definitely a noticeable smell, but it is a lovely smell and it does not irritate my eyes. So this is, like I said, a beautiful, beautiful sunscreen. Does not feel like sunscreen, really feels like really nice skincare. Unfortunately, the tint is just a bit too light for me, making me look a bit pasty. So if this came in another color, I might repurchase it, even though it is a splurge. I would just use it on special occasions, but this is just too light for me. If you are any lighter than I am, this would be very beautiful, but it is a splurge. Next, we have the Kinship Self-Reflect Probiotic Sunscreen Moisturizer SPF of 32, 1.7 ounces, sells for $25. This is one I was really curious about and have been wanting to try for quite a while. It has 22.4% non-nano zinc oxide. It also contains turmeric, which we know can be anti-inflammatory, a plant-based probiotic, which they call Kinship, as well as iron oxides. And iron oxides are added to mineral sunscreen to give them color. They can also increase UVA protection, and iron oxides can be very beneficial for melasma, since it can help reduce the reoccurrence of pigmentation. This feels lovely going on. It has a lotion-like, almost whipped feeling, maybe just a tiny bit oily. However, it sinks in really well and leaves you with a lovely hydrated look and glow. It has a very nice subtle smell that does not irritate my eyes. It does not settle around the hairline nor the eyebrows. It also does not settle in my under eye lines. This one also, I think, would be best for dry to combination skin. So I really actually like this. Aside from the tint being just a bit too light, I might repurchase this in winter. I think in summer this is going to be a bit too light for me, but it is a beautiful, beautiful sunscreen. Next, we have the Drunk Elephant Umbra Tinted Physical Defense SPF 30. 2 ounces sell for $36. This uses 20% zinc oxide. It also has sunflower shoot extract, which apparently is a strong antioxidant. It has raspberry seed oil, aloe vera, and also iron oxides. It goes on beautifully. It feels very light, lotion-like, sinks in quite easily, does not feel sticky or greasy. It does not settle around my hairline nor my eyebrows. It also does not settle in my under eye lines. There is a faint smell, but it does not irritate my eyes. Once completely absorbed, it definitely leaves you with a lovely hydrated looking glow. It adds a bit of color, which slightly blurs out imperfections. I actually really like the texture and tint of this sunscreen. The only thing with this sunscreen is that sometimes it really burns my skin. So this is a beautiful sunscreen, and like I said, I really like the tint, but I will not repurchase this because, as I said, it at times really burns my skin. At other times it doesn't, but I'm not going to repurchase it for that reason. Next, we have another splurge. This is by Revision, and it is the IntelliShade True Physical SPF of 45. 1.7 ounces, sells for $76, so quite a splurge. It has 14.4% zinc oxide and 4% titanium dioxide. It also has a blend of 3 different peptides. It has tetrahexyldecyl ascorbate, which again is a form of vitamin C, and it has iron oxides. This one is interesting. It comes out of the tube almost a bit runny, but once you apply it to your face, it is actually quite thick and difficult to spread. However, though it feels quite rich, it does not feel greasy or oily. It does take quite a while to rub in, and once it is eventually sunken in, it settles a bit around my hairline, around my eyebrows, and also in my under eye lines. It has a faint but not unpleasant smell and does not irritate my eyes. This definitely gives quite a bit of coverage. I would say this almost looks makeup-like, and it does a great job blurring out imperfections. This also, I think, would be best for dry to combination skin. This used to actually be one of my favorite sunscreens, but I have since found some that I like much better, and I will not repurchase this. It's just a bit too pricey, and I actually don't like how thick it is any longer. So this is not one I will repurchase. Next, we have the Elta Md Restore SPF of 40. This is the tinted version. 2 ounces sell for $38. And by the way, some of you have asked me if Altamd is cruelty-free. And yes, it is. All of the sunscreens I'm showing you are cruelty-free. I do not see any reason why some poor animal has to suffer just so I can use sunscreen. So all of these are cruelty-free, including this one. So 2 ounces sells for $38. It uses 15% zinc oxide and 2% titanium dioxide. This also contains vitamin C and E, ginger root, which can help minimize redness and dark spots, squalene, and iron oxides. It feels like a mix between a lotion and a serum, sinks in beautifully, and leaves your skin with a lovely hydrated look and glow. It has a beautiful tint which leaves you a bit sun-kissed looking. It does not settle around the hairline nor the eyebrows. It also does not settle in my under eye lines. There is no noticeable smell and it doesn't irritate my eyes. Though it has a lovely tint, it doesn't really camouflage imperfections nor give you a lot of coverage. Just a touch of color. This has been my go-to sunscreen for the last few months. It's what I'm wearing right now. This is definitely something I will repurchase. I love this sunscreen. Next, we have the Altimd UV Daily Tinted Broad Spectrum SPF 40. 1.7 ounces sells for around $39. This has 9% zinc oxide and 7.5% octinoxate. This is the same as I showed you earlier in the untinted version, but this is the tinted version. So it basically has the same ingredient deck. It has niacinamide high up on the ingredient list. It also has vitamin E as well as sodium hyaluronate. This basically feels exactly as the untinted one. It is very light, almost watery feeling, and a bit cooling at application. It sinks in beautifully. It doesn't settle around my hairline nor my eyebrows. It also does not settle in my under eye lines. Once completely absorbed, it leaves you with a sun-kissed look. Your skin feels very hydrated and has a lovely glow. However, just like the untinted version, there is definitely a bit of a chemical smell. It's not too pleasant, but it does not irritate my eyes. So this one, like I said, is one I really like the look of. I am not sure I will repurchase it because of the octinoxate. Like I said, I really prefer a 100% mineral sunscreen, but this is beautiful, so I might repurchase it, I might not, I'll let you know. And then lastly, we have the Drmtlgy Universal Tinted Moisturizer SPF of 46. 1.7 ounces sells for $23. This has 12% zinc oxide and 7.5% octinoxate, so another combination sunscreen. This one is actually very similar to the Altamd I just showed you. It has niacinamide high up on the list of ingredients. It also has sodium hyaluronate, but this one also has iron oxides. It does not settle around my hairline nor my eyebrows. It also does not settle in my under eye lines. This one actually feels even more hydrating than the Altamd does and leaves you with a beautiful, beautiful glow. It does, however, have quite a strong chemical smell. However, the smell does not irritate my eyes. So overall, this is a beautiful sunscreen. It is definitely very hydrating. So if you have dry skin, I think you would love this. However, for me, the tint does not quite work. So though this is a beautiful sunscreen, like I said, the tint isn't quite right for me, and the smell really is also a turn off for me. So this I will not repurchase. So that's it. We got through all 12 of them. There are definitely some beautiful, beautiful sunscreens here. And I think sunscreens, mineral sunscreens, have come a long way. My favorites, definitely the Elta Md Restore. I have it on right now. I love this one. I will definitely buy the big size of the Biossance, and then also the MD Solar Science for working out. These 3 I love. I would love to know down below in the comments what your favorite sunscreen is. And by the way, one of you recommended this. Thank you. I love it. So please let me know down below what your favorite sunscreens are. Also, have you tried any of these? How did you like them? Did they work for you? Make sure to head over to Tamara's and see what she has to share with us. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I always love to hear from you. And I always so appreciate the time you spent with me. Thank you so much for being here. Until next time, bye. I'm going to be testing and reviewing all of the so this should be a... This down rooster. Okay, I think he's done. Nope. This should be a fun video. This is not happening. All of these different sunscreens right here. I have 12 different sunscreens. I do not want to stay up.